Hey guys, it's Najee here, CEO, creative director, and image lifestyle coach and artist over at NL Art and Healing, najee.com. And today I just want to talk to you guys about Christmas blues. Everybody experiences it, some more than others. And I wanted to talk about because every year this time, statistics show that more people go into depression, more people commit suicides, more people experience loss in their life um, during this part of the season. It's almost like just having like winter blues, but Christmas, having this particular holiday, like takes it up 10 notches, so it really makes it even harder to deal with. And so I want to get into that and explain to you this whole Christmas blues and what you can do to avoid it, and so that you're not going into a spiral down of a depression, but to keep like a steady pace of a balance and rising up with joy and happiness and just self-assurance within your life. All right, so stay tuned. We're going to talk about this. Okay, so let's get into it. Christmas blues or winter blues is something that a lot of us experience. And what it is basically is a downtime. The sun is not out as it is like during the spring or summer. The cold weather is a factor of wanting to stay inside, not really wanting to go outside as much because of, weather changes, the snow, the sleet, the rain, and just the coldness of it all, as well as what attributes to the Christmas blues also is the food that we eat, and also to just basically being isolated, not around as much friends or family as we should or we like to, or just basically not around a lot of people. Most people tend to be more indoors during the winter time than say when in the spring and summer the weather is warmer, people are outside. So when people are outside and you're outside, it still gives that sense of community, it still gives that sense of connection, and the rates of suicide is much lower. And so I really want to address this because it happens every year, and each year it gets worse and worse and worse. And so I think some points as to how to handle this, and how you as well, if you see someone who's going through a Christmas blues, and how you can help them as well so that they can avoid the spiral and at least create a balance or steady balance during this period. So one of the things I want to talk about is connecting yourself, speaking up. So a lot of times people are unaware that you're probably going to be spending Christmas by yourself, or you may not have relatives or family close to you that you're unable to travel to or be with. So a lot of times many people spend Christmas alone, and not everybody knows that. So number one is to speak up. Just tell somebody that, hey, I'm not going to be around really any relatives or family this season. I'm basically spending Christmas by myself. And is it okay if I can hang with you guys, or come over even for a couple of hours, so I'm not by myself at home? Something to that effect, of connecting to one another is essential. And on the other side, for someone who's receiving this message or hearing this message, to be open and say, hey, you know what, come right over. I invite you to my home. Come have a meal with us. Something like that, because you don't know what another person's going through. You don't know what their mindset is, or where their mind is at in that moment or in this particular time. So just to help everybody and just really connecting in an in-person way, bring them over to your house, invite them over to us, extend an invitation. All right. Number two is the food that we eat. Most times we're eating like we would around Thanksgiving. We're eating like that during Christmas time. Really heavy foods, heavy meats, heavy oils and butters and pastries, and I mean, you name it, is a lot of heavy sitting food. And a lot of times too much of that weighs down on the body, and what weighs down on the body also weighs down on the mind and on the spirit and also on the emotion. That's what food can impact in all those levels. And so a week before Christmas comes, I suggest, this is number two, I suggest just eating a little bit differently. And that is eating much more lighter. So that the body has a way of lightening itself up, getting rid of, waste, ama in the body that's no longer needed, just really fleshing itself out. So lots of soups, some mix of green veg with, say, maybe a piece of potato or a piece of yam or something like that there's a balance there. And just avoiding a ton of gravy, avoiding a ton of heavy oils and heavy butters. Up for maybe ghee, or up for, say, olive oil. Well, I wouldn't recommend cooking olive oil. I would recommend utilizing it in salads and stuff like that. But with cooking oil, you can utilize like sesame oil or grape nut oil or something like that, almond oil, or something where it's organic and it's pure, and all you need is a little bit for cooking and to help digest the food into your system. And also to avoiding the liquor, avoiding heavy drinks, heavy smoking. I know it's something that's easy to reach for and to grab, but for the week before, to lighten up the body, and which helps to lighten up the mind, lighten up the emotions, and clear out anything that's clinging. Food is really like medicine in that way. And then thirdly is really connecting inward with your inner self. And that's about, taking the time to meditate, taking the time to write down what's going on, even, all the feelings that's going on. Take 5 to 10 minutes out of your day and just write it down, get it out somehow. And I think writing's really good because it helps to release and put it somewhere, and you can put it away, and that's it. It's like out of the body, out of the system. The other thing too is that you can do is, talking to someone, letting them in as to how you're feeling, communication, like something in person. I think too many times we hide behind the computer screen and not really be real as we can be. And it's just an easy way to escape or whatever. And all I'm saying is to connect with someone in person, face to face, eye contact, and have a really good, release time of letting go of what's going on, or just to let someone hear you. They don't have to say anything. We can just be listeners and be that type of listener that's confidential, and just to hear you out so that you can just let go whatever's going on. And so that is the 3 things that I really wanted to touch base on to help you with the Christmas blues, and just getting it over, and just be able to pass through this time of the winter season, from Christmas to New Year's and the rest of January, because that's a really, really dark period. It's dark outside. I mean, by the time 4 o'clock comes, it's like nighttime. It looks like midnight. And it can be like a heavy feeling of not only hibernation, but you're hibernating from everything else. And usually overdose happens. People are taking a whole lot more medication, a whole lot more drugs, a whole lot more smoking, a whole lot more liquor that's needed. And all just to avoid, to create a void of what's really going on. And sometimes people slip and they overdose, and there's no second chances with that. All right, so let's just make it happen, all of us together. Ones who are going to be who are not being with family, hey, connect with someone and be with family today. And if you need someone to talk to, grab someone that you feel connected to and talk to them in person. Go for coffee, go for tea somewhere at Starbucks or a coffee lounge or something, and just talk, get it out. And then thirdly is writing it out, writing it out somewhere. Let someone know, within yourself, that I'm releasing this. It's going into my journal, it's going into my book, and I'm putting it away. And that's it. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to answer them. I hope this was really helpful in tackling the Christmas blues. If there's any other questions you have, I will look at them and answer it in another video, which probably will help somebody else as well. Like this video, share it, give it 2 thumbs up for me. And I look forward to seeing your comments, hearing your feedback. And so follow me over on my social medias, which is Twitter, Facebook, and especially Instagram. I'm always on Instagram. And subscribe to my YouTube channel today. All right, have an awesome holiday, an awesome Christmas, a happy new year, and of course, another video is to come. Bye.